Hi, my name's Detective Franklin Jones.
Roger Nolan.
You know why we're here, I assume.
Yeah, it was upsetting.
I hope everything's going okay with you now. So let's begin by having you tell me exactly everything that happened that you can remember. Don't leave out any details, no matter how mundane they seem.
Well, me and my wife went to the 49ers game. That was at noon. We left maybe an hour before then. We went there. We watched the whole games, the whole thing. They massacred the Bills. When we came home, I was first up. I went to the door and I knew that I had locked it on the way out. When I got back, it was unlocked, so I suspected that we had had a break-in or something. I went into the house to check to see if anything had, been stolen or anything, and nothing on the main floor had been touched. And when I went downstairs to the craft room, I saw the body there, and we immediately got out of the house and called the police.
Okay, do you remember what time you returned?
It was probably around 4:30.
All right. Okay. So, how did you get your tickets?
We're season ticket holders, so buy them in advance, and they just scan our badges coming in and going out. I know at the entrances they got cameras and stuff, so that they can definitely vouch for where we were.
Okay. So, can you tell me about the Griffin?
The Griffin, we got that in a storage locker auction about 5 years ago. We had bid on a place there, and we won it. And it was filled with consumer electronics that were still in sealed boxes. The only box that was open was the one with the Griffin in it, and that's all it had. We sold off all the other stuff to a place in Berkeley. I kept the Griffin just to keep in the house. I mean, I just thought it looked nice.
Okay. Do you remember anything else that was odd about the storage unit? Just
It was called R&R Storage, or maybe that was the auction place, but it was in sort of a bad part of town. There were a lot of gang graffiti and stuff. My wife wasn't really comfortable going there.
if so, is there any way that you could give me the address or a way to get in contact with them?
Yeah, I'm sure my canceled check would be able to have, who I wrote it to and all that.
Okay, we'll have to worry about that later. So, what kind of people usually frequent the auctions? Anyone in any general type of?
I mean, there's some regulars that I see that go to a lot of these things, but it's usually, a real cross section of people. There was nobody at that auction that really set me off or anything. I mean, you always get just, people that look like they're coming there almost like, they do it for a profession, and other people just coming as looky-loos just to, see what's being auctioned off.
Do you remember anyone there that was out of the ordinary? Did anyone bid against you?
I bid against two people. We didn't go up that high. That's why I really did, think I did really well with it. But one was an older woman with kind of fading red hair, and the other was really an overweight guy with wispy beard and mustache. But neither of them seemed upset that they lost the bid to that.
Okay. What about this question's going to sound odd, but just answer it for me if you would, please. The numbers 87335702, do those mean anything to you?
No, no, it's not even like a phone number or anything. So no, that doesn't ring a bell at all.
All right. Well, if you remember anything, please let me know.
Okay.
Do you remember where your neighbors were while you were at the game?
The neighbor to the south of me, he had left for the weekend. I know because I basically waved goodbye to me when he left on Friday. And my other neighbors, they travel a lot. They come and go, and I don't think they've been around for like the last week. But when we exited the house, we saw that there was nobody in either of the houses.
Okay. So have you noticed anything odd in your neighborhood lately? Anything out of the ordinary?
It was only after we got out there that I remembered that in the neighborhood for like the last week and a half, we've seen the gas and power van around. But I didn't see it anywhere, after we'd gone outside.
Did you ever see anyone get out of it?
No, I saw it in the neighborhood. I don't remember seeing any people working. I mean, usually they're ripping up the street or something, but I didn't see anybody that night. I didn't see the van that night.
Okay. And do you know anyone who collects guns?
Yeah, I know a couple guys that collect guns, but they collect like really antique guns, flint locks and muzzle loading rifles and things like that.
Okay. Did you receive any odd phone calls that you can remember in the maybe a week, 2 weeks up before the break-in?
No. I mean, I notice them because, I keep my cell phone to where I don't get a lot of extraneous calls. But no, all the calls I've taken the last week or so have been purposeful.
Okay. So do you remember anything else at all that was out of the ordinary? Maybe someone talked to you, anyone following you, somebody came to your door, just anything that was out of place that you can think of?
No. I mean, I'm usually home more than my wife. Being a CPA, I mean, I work out of the house, but no. I mean, if I had had any visitors or something that weren't expected, I'd have known about it, and I haven't had anything of that nature.
All right, well, that's all the questions I have for you for now.
I'm not a suspect, am I?
We'll let you know if something comes up.
Oh, great. That doesn't sound good.
Thank you for your cooperation.